and welcome to today's video. If you're new here, my name is Sam. I post all things lifestyle, faith, vlogs, travel. This channel is essentially a video diary of my life and I am genuinely so happy that you're here. Today we are doing a early morning productive vlog. So I set my alarm a little extra early this morning, and I will be honest, I did snooze a little more than I wanted to. I actually didn't want to at all, but I did have very broken sleep last night. I think Luna has a little bit of a bad stomach going on, and I noticed that when she doesn't feel well, she kind of acts out. So all night long, she was just running back and forth, climbing things. She literally woke me up by just jumping over my head at one point. So she was a little bit all over the place, so I was a little bit all over the place. So I'm giving myself a little bit of grace because I really didn't want to snooze. But here we are, it's still early, we are still getting after it. So it is January, and while I'm not big on New Year's resolutions, I did have a goal for 2025, which was to be better with time management, be a little more punctual, and if I have a lot to do, that means I gotta wake up earlier to do all the things before I go to work or before I go here or there. And I'm gonna be honest, I have not been as great as I was hoping to be at this point, but it's still January, and you know what? A goal is a goal that is good no matter what, so you can restart. So this is your sign that if you've been trying to do the same thing and maybe haven't been doing that great, whatever your goal was for the new year, it's not too late to start again, and we're gonna do it together. So I have a bunch of things to do this morning. I'm gonna do my quiet time, we're gonna work out. I have a couple things to do around the apartment, and then we will be headed out a little before 11 to go to work. Also, excuse this sweatshirt. You've probably seen it in another video at some point. You've probably also seen it on TikTok. It's the newest sweatshirt to my collection, so naturally I've been wearing it every day and also slept in it last night, so ignore that. So one of the ways I have been trying to be a little more productive lately is I have not been going on social media until I have done my quiet time every day. So read, prayed, did all the things, and then I go on social media. Sometimes I have even been putting my phone on like the TV stand where I can't reach it. I noticed, especially at the end of last year, early this year, I was getting really distracted. The first thing I would do when I opened my eyes every morning was go on Instagram, check TikTok. Oh, how did the video I posted yesterday do? And then that consumes my thoughts. And it just left me really distracted, because then I would eventually get out of bed, sit down to read the Bible, but all I was thinking about was what I saw on TikTok or Instagram that morning. And just getting that many notifications and reading that many words and opinions so early on just filled my head with things that I didn't necessarily want to fill my head with. That's why I do my quiet time in the morning, because it sets my tone for the rest of the day. But if I'm filling my mind with other opinions, especially sometimes they're not so great opinions, then that's what consumes my mind for the rest of the day, because that's the first thing I'm exposing myself to, if that makes sense. So that's what I've been doing. I've been doing almost like a little intermittent fasting of social media, and it's been working really nicely. My mind is a little more clear, so I have more room to kind of sit and absorb everything that I am reading and learning. So I'm gonna do the same thing I do pretty much every day. I'm gonna read my little devotional paragraph, my proverb of the day, and then I finished rereading First and Second Corinthians, so I have to figure out what I want to read next, but that's what we're gonna do now. trying to be a little more productive in my mornings is by doing things that I don't want to do, things that I have been putting off. So that little pile in the corner of things that you need to put away but you're just dreading it, so you haven't, but you look at it every day, things like that can kind of stress you out because they build up and build up. So I've noticed that when I do things that I don't want to do, put things away, get that bag of clothing donations together, put the recycling in the garbage room, whatever it is, once I do it, I'm like, huh, it's like a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. I am that type of person sometimes where I will put things off. I've gotten better, but I will put things off if I don't want to do them right away. And then, like I said, it piles up. So there's a couple things that I've been staring at for like days and weeks that I'm gonna take care of really quick. These 2 boxes have been sitting here for over a week and I hate looking at them, but they are like PR brand deal things that I need to film videos for. That's why I haven't opened them yet, but I am gonna open them and just kind of organize them, see what's inside so that I can mentally prepare to actually film the video. So let's do that real quick. Excuse the sound of my fridge, but this first one is a tool, a hair tool, and I have to make a TikTok for this company. So this is the T3 Air 360 hair styler. It's supposed to be like a Dyson wrap type situation. Right away, I will say the packaging is everything. And then my tried and true, my favorite partnership that I do a couple times a year, the FabFitFun box. I always wondered why they send a cardboard box and another cardboard box, but that's besides the point. This is their spring 2025 box, and I have to film this probably tomorrow. It's all the goodies in there. Luna has found the box, clearly. Look, Looney, look. The next thing we're doing before I actually get ready for work is to get a workout in, and I have been switching it up lately. I went through another Mad Fit phase. I do love her, but then one day I hurt my knee like 2 weeks ago, and just like squatting and doing all that like floor exercise and body workouts, that was just not an option for me that day because my knee hurt so bad. So I was like, let me pull out my walking pad that I hadn't used in months, and I remember how good it felt, and I walked 3 miles, and the next day I was like I felt it a little bit in my abs, obviously my legs, and it got me thinking and reminded me that when I was at my most like lean body-wise, all I did at that time was walk 3 miles every day, 4 to 5 times a week, and I would work out my arms twice a week. So it kind of reminded me of how good walking is for you. So I have been kind of bringing the walking pad back into rotation, and it really does feel really good. So that's what we're gonna do right now. And the most important thing to me, honestly, is that I just move my body in some way and get some sort of sweat happening. So I have long pants, long sleeves right now because I do want to sweat. I purposely keep all the windows closed because the heat is on blast. That also helps me get a little more of a sweat in. That probably sounds weird, but if you know, you know. We love getting in a good sweat. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Let me show you. If you've never seen it before, this is my walking pad. I got it on Amazon for maybe 250 bucks, almost 2 years ago now, I think. And I put my laptop right there and I watch some of my show. So that is what we're gonna do right now. Okay, we made it. Whew. Getting on is the hardest part, but then once you're done, you're like, wow, so glad I did that. I feel good. Time to prep my food next, and you know who is never far away, and it's really gross that you're actually up there. Okay, don't yell at me. Okay, we are almost ready for the day. As you saw, I was just prepping my food, and honestly, I think that's one thing that I still need to work on, because I really underestimate every single day how long it's gonna take me to prep my food for the day because I have lunch and dinner at work, so I pack more than the average person normally would. And I'm also a snacker, so I bring fruit and popcorn and whatever. And so I really need to start prepping that like the night before, because I honestly think I would get out of the house way sooner if I didn't have to pack all of my food. My thing with meal prepping is I don't like eating the same exact thing every single day. So that's why I don't meal prep. I like to have a different dinner every day. But at least the fruit I can put in the Tupperware the night before. I can pack my popcorn the night before. These are all things that I can do before. So that's on me. I need to start doing that. And like today as I was filming, I was like, oh yeah, this is another way that I could be more productive, is by doing this ahead of time. Luckily today is Wednesday. So Wednesday is date night. So I don't have to make dinner because we order in, or, you know, my boyfriend brings sushi over. So that was one less thing I had to do today. So Wednesdays are always nice for that reason, but still I had to do my lunch, and I packed 2 hard-boiled eggs, as you saw, just to kind of hold me over, because sometimes not eating until like 7:30, 8 o'clock, I get really hungry. So at least I have a little bit of a snack to have throughout the day as well. But lately I just don't understand how fast time goes by. And I'm like, how much earlier do I need to wake up in the mornings to do everything that I have to do and get outside the door at a good time? Like, I really have been struggling with that lately. But because I am used to working the evening shift, I worked it for 2 years straight. Now I do a hybrid where half the week I work until 11 p.m. and the other half I get out between 7 and 8 o'clock. So I feel like my brain is still trained to think like bedtime is 12:30, bedtime is 1 a.m. And I haven't been able to shake that yet. But last night I got in bed at 10:30. Which is so early for me, but I really am trying to train myself to go to bed earlier so that I can wake up earlier and be more productive. I didn't fall asleep until probably 11:30, but it's baby steps. At least I was able to kind of get in bed and start to decompress. Anywho, I am gonna grab my shoes and get ready to head out and start the day. Of course, couldn't leave you without the fit check. These are old Target jeans that I forgot I had. And then just this like flare sleeve sweater. I think it's so cute. And just some boots. There's a lot of snow on the ground. It is like 10 degrees, so warm but comfy was the vibe today. Well guys, that is it for today's vlog. This is ridiculous. I'm so bundled up right now because it's so cold outside. But anyway, that is it for today's vlog. Thank you for hanging out with me this morning. I hope this video inspired you to do the things that you've been putting off, to wake up early, to be more productive in the morning. And I just hope that you enjoyed hanging out with me. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.